Hi, this is Melanie of Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a review of Shah Rukh Khan's Jawan as spoiler-free as I can make it. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Indian cinema. So happy! Okay, this is really going to be a challenge, but there were so many twists and surprises in Jawan, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who has not had a chance to see the film. I was dying because frequently Tamil and Telugu films come out the night before in the US, but for Hindi releases, they make it the same calendar day, which meant that people had been seeing this movie in India for hours by the time I got to see it. And I've seen mostly positive responses, but I have not watched or read any really detailed reviews. All I can tell you is, when can I see this movie again? I know in my town they're also playing, I saw it in Hindi on IMAX, which was awesome, and with a very full crowd, and I want to see it in Tamil now. I want to see if there's any differences. I want to see if Vijay Sethupathi's delivery was different in the Tamil. Anyway, I loved it. Okay, I just absolutely loved it. I felt like it was a feast. I was fed. I ate. I'm so happy. Now, Pathan earlier this year was great. His cameo in Brahmastra was great, but longtime followers of my channel know that I watch Indian films of all different languages, so I'm very familiar with the director Atlee, who directed this film. And to me, it was this amazing, really interesting mix of Hindi cinema and so many things that I love from Tamil cinema, especially films from Atlee. I mean, I've seen him do films like Barsal and whatever, big films with Vijay especially. And so he's dealt with big stars, but I think he and his wife are a big fan of Shah Rukh Khan. They wanted to work with him, brought him this interesting story, and told him it's going to be you and 5 women. And then Vijay, I just learned today watching Red Chillies Entertainment, I put out a YouTube video where Shah Rukh Khan and Vijay Sethupathi separately answer some questions leading up to the movie. And Vijay Sethupathi said that when he met Shah Rukh Khan in Melbourne, of all places, that he said, "I want to be your villain." Now, longtime viewers of my channel who watch my Tamil language reviews know what a huge fan I am of Vijay Sethupathi. So, Shah Rukh Khan is my first love, but the two of them together in a film, amazing. And especially Vijay Sethupathi is such a good villain. I mean, he pulls out the crazy. I'm not going to say that this is his best performance ever, but it was very enjoyable. And I thought Shah Rukh Khan was so great. He has not only the young women that we've seen in the trailer or whatever. I'm trying not to spoil anything. But there's much more of Deepika Padukone than I expected there to be. I expected her appearance in the film to be very brief, and there was much more than I was expecting. And her part of the film was a complete highlight for me. I like the chemistry and history that she has with Shah Rukh Khan just is right there on the screen. Oh, now, so then the contrast, I'm not sure that Shah Rukh had quite as much chemistry with Nayanthara, but I appreciated Nayanthara being a part of this film. I enjoy her in films. I'm just saying, when you have the two opposite each other, there's just so much history with Deepika, and there's just so much sizzle there that it just wasn't quite the same. However, Shah Rukh Khan, famously could romance a cow or a rock or anything, right? I absolutely loved the huge big dance numbers like Zinda Banda. That reminds me of so many Tamil films where there's just hundreds of extras and it's just, such excitement on screen with these big dance numbers. And then they juxtapose that with some more romantic numbers that was just Shah Rukh and the leading ladies. Love that too. So I love Shah Rukh's chemistry with there's a little girl in the movie. Absolutely loved that. It's so difficult to talk about this film without giving any spoilers because there were so many surprises. Oh my God, the scene right before the interval. Oh man. And this film is so much more political. I'd heard rumblings that it was quite political, and of course there was that line in the trailer, if you come after the son, you better deal with the father. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, Atlee has dealt with some of the issues that are brought up in this film, like about government hospitals. I mean, Marsal was all about that. There were so many different issues that were trying to be dealt with, and maybe it's too many. It was like a whole smorgasbord of all of these political issues, and the way that Shah Rukh talked to the audience towards the end. I mean, he's speaking to the people on a live stream, whatever. He's kind of a Robin Hood kind of a figure, but he's speaking directly to them, and it is overtly, wow, asking them to think and participate and be active in thinking about. So I'm not going to spoil anymore, but wow. I heard it was political, but man, oh man, wow. So you should know what a big fan I am of Shah Rukh Khan. Seeing Jawan, that is my 60th. That is 60th film of Shah Rukh Khan. I haven't seen every single film that he's made, but almost. And this was a great one. What a year. Okay, I mean, Shah Rukh, I guess, has another film coming out in December. So after this drought of 4 years that we had after Zero, which I will admit I was not a huge fan of that film, to have Pathan and Jawan in the same year, like, wow. I can't even imagine what's coming for us next. Really hard for me not to spoil some of the things that I really loved, especially from the interval scene on. Fantastic action. Loved that there were women, but I don't know that there was depth to the relationship with Nayanthara. I can't spoil any part of what her part is and what that meant in the movie, but there wasn't a depth there, and also because there were so many different issues brought up, there wasn't a depth to any particular one. I mean, I think, for instance, about Marsal and how deeply I felt about the issues that were brought up in that film. I'm interested to hear how people in India reacted to this film, what you thought about it. I mean, I've seen so many Telugu and Tamil films deal with the farmer suicides, the government hospitals, some of these different issues that are brought up in this film. And it's interesting that they were all in one. They were all in one. Being such a fan of all different kinds of Indian cinema, I absolutely loved the mashup of Hindi cinema and Tamil cinema. I loved it. But I'm curious if audiences from the North, who maybe aren't as familiar with Atlee's films, haven't seen some of his huge blockbuster films with Vijay, how they reacted to it. Did you like it? I mean, it was action-packed. There was so much action. There were so many great entry scenes for Shah Rukh. Oh my gosh, I loved it. Just absolutely had a ball seeing this film. There was one huge big goon, and I'll spoil one thing. One big goon, and Shah Rukh looks up and he says, "Bahubali." I think I laughed the loudest in the whole theater. There were some familiar faces, even like amongst the goons. I think it's one guy that dies towards the beginning. I'm like, I have seen you in so many Tamil movies, right? I really enjoyed this film. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Maybe I will do a spoiler-filled review, or maybe I'll have a discussion with one of the partners that I've had on my channel, and we'll get into some of the details of it. But right now, go see it immediately, because I'm already going to be looking up movie listings to see when I can see this one again. I loved it that much. All right. Follow me on Twitter, X, whatever the hell it is, at Pardesi YT. I'm also on Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell here when you subscribe, you'll never miss another trailer action or film review.